Okay, so I went ahead and read Daniel chapter 8. This is the chapter that has the ram and the goat. This was one of those times God has me reread things till I start seeing what He wants. He allows me to connect patterns in the pictures. I believe what I see in this cannot be ignored. It fits so well with everything else shared. So this is how I see it. While Daniel was in this vision, he was in the citadel of Susa in the province of Elam at the Ulai Canal. Right away, God had me remember when He took me to a verse where I pieced together the meanings of those names. He reminded me the citadel of Susa is a picture of that dominating high fortress, a city of survival, like heaven. Amen. But now I also see Elam means eternity, hidden, and highlands. Amen. And the Ulai is literally a picture of Jesus meeting us, a voice calling in the midst of the waters. Even sleepiness came first, like the bride that tires, but then we will be brought up to stand before Him out of muddy waters. Wow. This pertains to the time of the end. Matthew 25:5. Now while the bridegroom was delaying, they all got drowsy and began to sleep. But at midnight there was a shout, "Behold, the bridegroom, come out to meet him." Amen. Look, Jesus makes us clean and able to stand before Him on that great and terrible day. Daniel 8:15. Behold, standing before me was one who looked like a man, and I heard the voice of a man between the banks of Ulai. He called out and said, "Gabriel, give this man understanding of the vision." He literally commanded an angel. Verse 17. He came near to where Daniel was standing. He was frightened and he fell on his face. It sounds like Daniel literally fainted, but this man helped him stand upright. Look, this is confirmation of the last video. God on His throne before Jesus when He comes. When they say to the mountains and the rocks, "Fall on us and hide us from the presence of Him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who is able to stand?" He alone makes us worthy. Even the first time I read it, I couldn't not see the ram as Donald Trump with his two horns, his Panama Canal talk, his two terms, one seeming more grand than the last. He does offer himself as a sacrifice, and he's gotten caught in many a thicket along the way. I couldn't ignore that we see him pushing into Greenland to the west, Canada to the north, and the southern Gulf of Mexico. He is always very pleased with himself, and MAGA does like to magnify. Not hating, please pray for our president. I just want us to be sober-minded and vigilant. Prophecies are repeating themselves. On to the goat. He does present himself as a lamb, a humble, non-false church leader, but when you're blind, you cannot tell the sheep from the goat. Be on guard. Again, the Western Catholic Church, the Roman Catholics, tried to go out conquering and to conquer. But this is also like the idol Catholic Jesus in the vision from my last video. It was over the surface of the whole earth, and its eyes stood out as clearly visible. Now, do I think the Catholic Church is going to take out our president? Will this be the mortal head wound? Who knows? But I do believe this is worth sharing so you can be warned and pray. Will this false Jesus magnify himself exceedingly? Yes, I believe so. Out of the goat came the little horn I keep talking about. Look, it grew exceedingly great toward the south, the east, and toward the beautiful land. This land is Palestine, where Catholicism is second only to Islam, and strangely this ties in Trump's Gaza, too. The statue in my dream grew up to the host of heaven. Is this when the stars finally fall, like a tree casting bad figs, before the sky opens like a scroll? Though my last two visions were very different, one to the other, I could tell the idol of Jesus was trying to be just as high and lofty as the real man who commands the hosts, as we saw earlier. Daniel 8:23, to the end of their kingdom, when the rebellious shall be consumed, a king of fierce countenance, understanding dark sentences, shall arise. His power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. He shall destroy to an extraordinary degree, and prosper and practice his will. He will destroy mighty men and holy people. Verse 25. Through his shrewdness he will cause craft to prosper by his influence. He will magnify himself in his heart, and will destroy many while they are at ease. He will even oppose the prince of princes, but he will be broken down without hand. Do not be on the losing side. Your choice.